चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। यस्यान्तानादिमध्यं न हि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णानुभवति पुरुषो नानुपंसं न च स्त्रीनाकारं न विकारं न हि जननिमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि। I offer my namaskaras to Sanatana Dharma Shankaracharya and I welcome you this discourse on meditation. So you are all welcome. Today we are seeing a value meditation. So this meditation is preparation of mind. In Ashtanga Yoga, the first 5 steps, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, is called external sadhanas. Bahiranga sadhana, that is called as external sadhana. So the last 3 steps is called antaranga sadhana, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. So all 3 put together, it is called as meditation. So dharana you cannot do meditation. So dharana is also required, and in meditation, different levels of meditation. The mind preparation has to be done by step by step, like an LKG or high school or graduation and master graduation, like that. The last 3 steps are called antaranga yoga. The Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, these are 8 steps are there. First 5 steps are called Bahiranga Yoga, is our external sadhanas. It is the last 3 steps are called Antaranga Yoga. It is called as internal sadhana. Internally, your mind and intellect both put together, you have to do sadhana. So in this direction, so the mind has to be taken from step by step to the higher level, because mind cannot focus, mind cannot. So whereas Vedanta says mind, we have made it very impure. So the pure mind we have lost. So the impurity is there. So we have to clean up the mind. So that is the first step. And our mind is not able to focus. So it is wandering here and there. 1 second here, another second somewhere, and all over the world it will go back within a minute. So like that, mind is not able to concentrate, it cannot focus. So we have to make it to focus. The first one is mind is impure. We call it as in Sanskrit mala, chitta mala, chitta malam. So that means the mind impurities. So we have to remove the mind impurities. So in Sanskrit, it is called as purity of the mind is called chitta shuddhi. So we have to purify the mind is called chitta shuddhi. This is first step. Second step is chitta ekagrata has to be done. Wandering mind has to be brought to a considerable level of focus. In focusing itself, different level of focusing we have to start learning. Like in karate belt, maybe 6-7 belts are there. In Tai Chi or in Chinese Kung Fu and all those things. So even the 1-year-old student also is concentrating, but the guru is also concentrating. There is a lot of difference between that concentration is there. So the practice of the concentration will go higher and higher. So that has to be done. Chitta chanchalya, it is wandering mind. The mind is wandering. Chitta chanchalya, it is called as chitta chanchalya. We have to make it chitta ekagrata. So we have to make focusing. So these two are the basic steps. After that, mind has got a lot of ajnana is there. Ignorance is there. Ignorance means we are not knowing the truth of the real truth. We are only knowing the materialistic world. So we don't know what about the reality of the self. That is Atma Jnana is not there. So Atma Jnana has to be learned. So that is called as Ajnana Nivrutti. So we have Ajnana. So Ajnana has to be Nivrutti, has to be done means we have to remove the ignorance and bring the knowledge into us. These are all the 3 steps which is required to get into any pursuit of our success in the materialistic world or in relationship, or even if we are achieving working for the moksha sadhana. So if you want to get liberated, enlightened also, this is the method. And even our day-to-day affairs of these are the methods has to be. So these are compulsory methods. If we don't do that, we are not able to any of the success in our activity. Even a cricketer, he has to practice concentration such a way so that 90 kilometer or 100 kilometer speed coming ball, he has to focus it in a fraction of a second, connect its 4-inch bat and hit it to the sixer or to the boundary. And 11 fielders are there and lot of rules and regulation is there. By abiding all the rules and regulations and not going into the straight to the fielder, he has to make that skill of hitting the ball to the sixer without getting he himself out. So these are all nothing but concentration. So why I cannot go and stand in front of the cricket crease, having the bat, everything, all the things are there. I may imitate all the things. The pad I can imitate, dress I can imitate, helmet I can imitate, all the things, even his bat only I can take, and everything I can imitate, but I cannot stay even 1 second, 1 minute, the crease, because I don't know how to focus on the ball and the field and umpire and all the rules of the game. We don't know how to focus on all the things and do. It is just like driving. While driving, you are doing around 30 to 40 activities continuously you are doing, but still you are driving. You are seeing the backside mirror, you are seeing the right and left side mirror, you are seeing the front of the road also, you are seeing your speedometer, your fuel, AC is working or not, or your tire is having low properly or not. By driving, you will get or not. And what is the traffic is available. The traffic signal is there. What is the rules of the driving? Everything put together, you start driving and you are reaching your destination. So if the road is clear and everything is okay, I will reach my destination. It is not. In case of car, you can hire somebody as a driver, chauffeur, and then you can reach your destination. Whereas unfortunately, in our Atma Jnana or even in your own life, everybody's life, I cannot outsource my enlightenment. I cannot outsource my mental ability to make it calm by somebody. Not possible. So people are trying to get mind calm by drugs, by drinks, by some other habits, and they are not able to do that. It is not a mind concentration. It is all these drugs and all the things, the switches of the mind. It is not concentrating and you are not able to use the mind in those aspects. To take a drug, a depression drug or anything, it will switch off that mind. But a switching of the mind is not meditation. And you have to use the mind in order to gain the knowledge. After that only you can get into the enlightenment or any pursuit of achievement materialistically also. You cannot switch off the mind and then succeed in life. So we have to apply the mind. For applying the mind, concentration has to be learned. And step by step, we have to learn that concentration. So that is what importantly we have to learn that. So in that direction, we have seen first is Nama Japa. Done that. Japa meditation, we have learned that. How to do that japa and what is asana, those things we have. Second, we have seen the relaxation meditation. Relaxation meditation is physically also our body morning to evening we are working. All our muscles, stress, everything will be there. And somewhere aching, paining and everything is happening. So first we have to release all those things. The stiffness, all the cramp, everything we have to remove. Relaxation has to happen first at the body level. And then even mind is also morning to evening, lot of confusion, pressure, everything is there. Relax that. The body mind relaxation has to happen. That's why it is called relaxation meditation. So once you know this relaxation, that means there are a lot of bodily hormones or impurities are there in the body. By relaxation, antioxidants will be produced. So it will be cleaned, internally getting cleaned. Even in the mind also, oxytocin, endorphin, so many other hormones will get secreted. By that, mind gets lighter, mind gets cleaner. All the toxins will be. So the relaxation meditation is called Chitta Shuddhi is happening. So then the second stage is Chitta Chanchalya is there. Our mind is wandering without our permission. So now we have to bring the mind to wherever I want to focus. That only I have to bring the mind. So that is called concentration meditation. We have learned the concentration meditation. So in that, we are bringing the Chitta Chanchalya to Chitta Ekagrata. The focusing power of the mind we are improving. The next one we are done is expansion meditation. The mind, if it is put it in a box, anything if you put it inside a box, it will not work easily. Even a knife, if you put inside the box, work a knife, it will not work. The knife has to come out of the box. Then only you can cut the vegetables. So whatever is inside the box, not be, it may be very beautiful knife, it may be there. Pushpa Srinivasan has raised the hand. If nothing is there, you can clean. Ask the question in the last middle. Between, if you raise the hand, my focus will go to that term. Okay. So whatever may be the best equipment is there, it has to be put to use in a free space. If you are not having a free space, suppose you have a gun, so it needs about 3 feet distance is there. So at least 3 to 6 feet should be there. But if a person is standing near to you within 1 feet, you cannot shoot him because it needs space. So that is how mind is also, if it has to work, it needs some space. So that's why mind has to be expanded. So the mind needs to be expanded. In order to, at least it is a moving space for the mind should be there. So for that we have learned the expansion mechanism. So right from my body to the universe, we have to expand and come back to the mind cell. So that is the expansion and contraction happens means the mind is able to work. So up to that we have seen. Today we are seeing the value meditation. So value meditation is very important because the value meditation, it decides the health of our mind. And the refined mind, or it is a cultured mind, it will only know how to work. So in Sanskrit, the value is called samskaraha. It is called as samskaraha. So chitta samskara dhyana, chitta samskarana dhyana, it is called as in Sanskrit, it's called as chitta samskarana dhyana. Chitta vishranti dhyana, chitta ekagrata dhyana, chitta vaishalyata dhyana, chitta samskarana dhyana. So now we are into the fourth of chitta samskarana dhyana, is the refinement of the mind. So we have to do refinement means what has to be done. It has got 2 processes or 3 processes will be there. For example, we want to do a manufacturing of anything. So if you see the manufacturing process, broadly it can be categorized as, so you are removing the unwanted. For example, I want to carve the idol from the stone. So what I will be doing is, I will be removing the unwanted material from the stone. So that is called removing the unwanted material and adding the wanted material. You may have to add a certain polishing and all those things has to be done. Further, you have to enhance the beauty by giving ornament or something like that. So maybe a diamond, so many things can be added to that. So there is, one is the chitta samskarana is the refinement of anything, consists of removing, adding or modification. So modifying something. For example, I want to do a silver necklace to a golden necklace. When I am doing, I do all the silver necklace work, putting all the diamonds and design and everything work on that. And then I am plating the gold on that. So that means there is a modification of the surface is happening. So that means first is elimination of extra silver has been done. And then refinement, something else is added. Like gold plating has been added. After that, it has been improved by adding, modifying the surface, polishing the surface and all has to be done. Then only you have to add the diamonds, a real diamond or artificial. So this is the normal process of anything. So the same thing applicable for the mind also. Mind has got impurities. So impurities has to be removed. So that has been called in Sanskrit, it is called dosha apanayanam. Dosha apanayanam. Dosha means impurities. Apanayanam means elimination. Dosha apanayanam means elimination of impurities has to be done is the first step in the mind. The second step is called value addition. So in Sanskrit it is called guna adhanam. Guna is value. Adhanam means addition. The value addition has to be done. So these are the primary two steps. The modification of the mind also has to happen. So that is at a later date. Normally, first two steps has to be followed. Elimination of impurities, dosha apanayanam. Value addition, it is called guna adhanam. So we have to do this. And with this regard, mind, not only mind also, along with that body also has to be cleaned. So I will purify only my mind and let my body stink, no problem, or my hair can stink, not possible. So that's why first you have to do the body and then mind. Body also you have to do. What we do, every day morning we take the bath. We take the bath, yesterday's all the impurities, whatever accumulated on our body, on head, on anything, face, everything will be removed. So that is Sharira Samskarana. It is called as body refinement will be happening. So during bath, what we do is we take shampoo, bath, and soap. So many things we do, and we are cleaning up our body. It is called dosha apanayanam. So the body refinement is happening. After taking the bath, what we do, we stand in front of the mirror, and then we are looking at our face and body, and then we are correcting it either by beauty powders, nose, and other things. And also we may apply the kumkum or the chandana or vibhuthi, all these things. So we are improving the body condition. So it is called guna adhan. So apart from that also, we are applying scent. The scent is a modification of the body. Body has got its own odor. That odor has been removed, and a totally acceptable scent, smell has been sprayed onto us. So like that, it happens guna apa, this dosha apanayanam, guna adhanam, and modification of the mind also will happen. So apart from that, we are wearing new dresses, washed dresses or pressed dresses or these things every day morning we are doing. For the body, we do all these three things every day. But for our mind, when we have done, we are not done at all. So not only in this birth, even in the previous birth also, we are not done any cleaning. At least our body, mind, house, everything, at least in Deepavali also, house is getting clean. Deepavali and Ugadi and all the places, either you are cleaning up and throwing away all old and making all your house painting and bringing new material and decorating and all those things you are doing it. But for the body also we are doing. Many things we do. And after doing all these things, we are only bodily we are living. Mind, we are not cleaned at all. So without cleaning the mind, mind will fall sick. Even if your body is not properly cleaned, then you are slowly falling into sickness. It will deteriorate by itself. Similarly, if the mind is not cleaned, mind is also going to deteriorate. So that is called samskarana. We have to also improve our mind refinement. Now we are talking about chitta dosha apanayanam, chitta guna adhanam. So I have told you about the bodily, and you have to apply for the mind also. How to do? So unrefined mind cannot do any activity perfectly, or it cannot. Unrefined mind, totally slowly it will become a silly mind. and the silly mind becomes incapable of accomplishing anything in life. So what we are talking is of liberation, moksha, leave it. But day-to-day affairs also, the mind, if it is not refined, mind is not come to the meditation stage properly, all the first 4 stages has not completed, then the mind cannot accomplish any smallest thing in the our common society, social living also. So that is why we have to do the samskarita chittam in order to achieve purushartha. Purushartha, dharmartha, kama, moksha. The Vedanta has already set the goal. So every human being in the beginning, he will be working for the money, and from the money he will be fulfilling his desires, artha, kama. And when he is trying to earn money and fulfilling the desires, he has to practice in the framework of dharma. So that is why dharma, artha, kama. But how long you will be enjoying physically? Not possible to enjoy physically always. The happiness, physical level happiness is short-lived. So you have to have a mental level happiness. So that is why it is called as moksha, separation. Suppose if you imagine all our happiness is related to coming from our indriyas. Indriyas are pancha jnanendriyas are there, pancha karma indriyas are there. For example, my eye has to see, and it is beautiful, ugly, and all these things are there, which are already decided by my mind. So the happiness comes. The happiness comes and goes. For example, you are liking a jamun. Again and again, I give the jamun only because easy to understand by everyone. So the jamun, eyesight, the thought will come, eyesight, I will look for it. And jamun, when you are seeing the jamun also, you are having happiness. And when you are cutting and putting into your tongue also, you are happiness. And then when it is swallowed and going into the digestive system, so up to that, your happiness is there. That is all called indriya sukha. So you are only sensual pleasures only you are thinking is pleasure. So the sensual pleasures is only temporary lived. It has a starting point, continuing point, and the finishing point. After that, your mind looks for some other new types of happiness. So that's why morning to evening we are looking for new type of happiness, working for so many things and struggling in our life to get that happiness because we are all dependent on our indriya sukha. Indriya sukha is the basic, the first level, this one is there. That is indriya sukha, that is happiness is the, it is only a basic level happiness. It is not permanent thing, not lasting long. So we need to understand psychologically we have to be happy. A psychological happiness comes from the chitta samskara, the value meditation, value adding only it will come. Suppose you have solved a difficult problem. Suppose you are having a Rubik cube. A Rubik cube, all your friends or relatives, everybody tried, but you have solved it very fast. So how much happiness is coming? Is it indriya sukha? Your eye is happy, or your ears are happy, your tongue is happy. What is happy in this? In this, your mind is happy. Happiness is staying for longer time. Without any material outside world material. You are solving the problem is the basic ability of the mind. The mind, when it solves, you get happiness. The mind, we are getting confused. So when the confused mind becomes clarity, you get happiness. These are all not money related. This is not material related. So if you want to be more happier, longer time happier is called moksha. So continuously without going into other unhappiness at all, then you are liberating yourself and you are always 24/7, 365 days you are happy means you are already attained moksha. So that happens not by material. Because today you see the jamun, this jamun is not good. In Bombay, something else jamun is good, and another something else is there. So there is no end for that type of this. Whereas in the mind, when you start concentrating and cleaning up and samskarana, value addition and everything, when you start doing, the mind is enjoying such a happiness. Without our permission, it enjoys. And when it is enjoying by itself, it doesn't need any of your money, your position, or any of the relationship. Nothing is required. We have the bodily happiness, only happiness. That is what we are thinking. And body contact may be there, indriya contact may be there. So all the sensory pleasures only is the happiness we are chasing. So it will not be a happiness. Mind should be happy. Mind should be happy means we are becoming our egoistic. Our egoistic mind we are satisfying. Somebody should praise me. I have to control so many people. These are all the also happiness we derive, but it is short-lived because you control 10 people, there are 20 people controlling, 200 people controlling, people is available around you. Immediately your mind says you are not capable of doing that. So your happiness diminishes. And all our egoistic based happiness from the mind also will not stay for longer time. So that's why sensual pleasures and egoistic pleasures will not give you permanent happiness. So all of us, we are looking for permanent happiness. If it is available in Amazon, at least 1 kg happiness we could have purchased. It is not available outside. We have to create it. For creating, we need not make something. So our mind only should be prepared. Our mind knows how to be happy, how to be happy. Thereby, even if you sit in front of a flowing river, flowing water, if you are already mind prepared to that level of attending the flowing water, the water flow itself will take you to some different level of happiness, and you forget where you are sitting, what is the next activity, everything you forget takes you to that level of happiness. And if you see that why we are doing morning to evening activities and throughout our life, why we are doing it. So in the first class only I said SPH. For security we are doing, for happiness we are doing, for peace we are doing. But if the mind is prepared, where you are sitting without much money or without your power, without of any society dependency, you can achieve security, peace and happiness by preparing the mind itself. So by preparing the mind when you are becoming happy, then why need to work? Ultimately, everybody is working for that only, but they are not getting, but they are stuck. So they think even 1 crore rupees is sufficient. Another 2 years, they say 10 crore is sufficient. Another after that, they work for the 10 crore. They work for the 100 crore. Simply with that chasing is happening. They never get that happiness. So this is already Vedanta understood. Otherwise, all the moneyed people, all the kings, all the ministers should be very happy. They should be secured. They should be very feeling secured. On the contrary, it is not. Modi is having a Z type of security. So many commandos has to secure him. So many things everywhere, around 40, 50 people has to move around him. He has to go in a bulletproof thing. So if the power comes, if the money comes, security is also not there. It is a myth. It is not there. And you cannot move around wherever you want. So freedom is not. The peace is not there. Happiness will not be there. So like that, we go towards that. What happens? We are chasing the impossible thing and we are struggling in our life, and the happiness, security and peace is not able to achieve. Vedanta says everybody's life goal itself is achieving security, peace and happiness, and finally going to the moksha without earning so much of money, by sitting in your own place, you can get that happiness. That is called enlightenment. The things can be. And once you enlighten, lot of people will be following you. So where you are sitting itself, lot of money will come. So that is the possibilities are there, because the knowledge wanted by so many people, they will come and stand in front of you for the. With that money, you can earn a lot of money possibilities. But at that time, when he has already gone to that level of enlightenment, money is nothing. So chitta samskara has to be done, not coming from the sensual pleasures, egoistic blade pleasures, to the mind itself has to have the pleasure. It has to derive its happiness by itself without any external dependency. So that is called chitta samskarana has to be done. So towards that we have to develop lot of virtues. We have to cultivate lot of virtues. So the weakness has to be eliminated from the mind. So what are the vices and virtues? What are the gunas and what are the doshas? So we said guna adhanam, dosha apanayanam. So then we should be able to distinguish what is guna, what is dosha. For that, Vyasacharya in Mahabharata says, so he says, it is very easy to find what is dharma. That is called guna and dosha is described in dharma. What is dharma and adharma is very easily described. Whatever we want others to do for us, we should practice to do it for others. Simple, one line statement. Whatever we want others to do to us, we should practice to for others also. So that means if somebody want to be kind to you, so then naturally you have to be kind to many people. So when everybody start practicing that, the total kindness will be available. So that is first, at least when you start, others are doing or not. So everything we want others has to be done first, afterwards later I will do it. So that is not the good practice to create the mind samskarana. It is called value meditation. Mind value we have to give it means whatever we want from others. Somebody should not get angry on me. That means I should not get angry on others also. I should not scold. I should not get scolding. That means I also should not scold. I should not make himsa, pain to somebody. Somebody should not make pain to me. That means I also should not do. So Dharma says, you know everything, but your problem is not, you are not able to practice it. So this is, so for that you need not study your Vedanta or any big book or anything, it is not. So we have to consciously, when we start working, so we know the value, we have to speak the truth. But we very often, very small things also, we are not telling the truth. So why you come late? Even the child will say, the bus has become late, traffic was there. So many reasons we say. Actually, I have not started right time. So I have, in between somewhere I have gone, and I have gone to movie and reached home late. So I may say office has got lot of work. So that's why I have got delayed. So many things, every now and then we are telling lie. Even small things also, lying has not to be done. So when you practice that, people will got a trust on you. So then when the trust comes, the happiness derives. Happiness totally, a new happiness derives. Mistrust gives you not good. So all these things we know, but we are not able to practice. The practicing is that itself is called value meditation. All these practices we have to put into in our life. So then only small things. So that is why it is said in yama, niyama, do's and don'ts. So that has to be done. It is a very common sense. So it is not a special dharma, whatever we have to dharma shastra and all. It is very common sense. But nowadays this common sense is very uncommon. So probably we have to make it common. Common sense should be available to us. So we have to, for example, everybody knows, even a thief knows stealing is bad. How do we know that? Otherwise, the thief knows he will make a stealing in the night only. When the owner is not there only, he will steal. And without the knowledge of the owner only, he steals. That means he knows stealing is bad. But he does. So if he knows that stealing is good, then he would have directly come, taken the purse from my pocket, taken the money and remaining whatever money required, and keep the purse in your pocket and go straight away. Possible, no? But he knows, that's why he makes, without others' knowledge, he commits a mistake. So his mind internally, Atma Sakshi says it is not good, but he go against his Atma Sakshi and then does. A thief does, and we call him as a thief. But in our mind, every day, our Atma Sakshi says it is not good, but still we do, and repent for that, and patch up for that, and struggling for that to patch up, and all these things we are doing. So thereby what happens? We are unable to be in a peaceful mind. So for that, in Sanskrit, it is called as vidhi and nisheda, do's and don'ts. So do's and don'ts has to be done. Lot of things has been said in the 13th chapter and even in the 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So in the 13th chapter, it says amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, kshantirarjavam, acharyopasanam, shaucham, stairyam, atma, vinigraha. So all the things he has listed, Krishna, what all the values we have to have. Amanitvam, humbleness has to be there. Freedom from hypocrisy should be there. Non-violence, ahimsa. Shanti is forgiveness. Arjavam means simplicity. So all these things, many things is cleanliness of the body and mind, shaucham. So stairyam, he says, is steadfast, dhairya and stairya is their steadfastness. Atma vinigraha, he says, is self-control should be there. Indriyartheshu, controlling of all the indriyas. Vairagyam, he says, dispassion. So all these things, dhyana, so many things, he is telling about 45 to 50 gunas, he is telling. So all is listed in the 13th chapter and 17th chapter. So we have to go into that and practice at least one by one some of the things. So we cannot know all these things, not a problem, but our antasakshi is there. Antakarana is there. Somebody has come in the video. Padmini Vasan, the video. Please, can you go off the video? So we have to have. So that is why it is called as Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga. That means Asura is the Rakshasa Pravriti, demon qualities has to be removed, and Daivi quality has to be imbibed. That is called value. Removing of Asuri is the Rakshasa Guna, and bringing the Daiva Guna is called value addition. So the value meditation requires Vedanta friendly values. We have to practice. For that, very simple thing, Gita-acharya, Vyasacharya said this, whatever you expect from the society and the world has to happen to you. The same thing you are supposed to do. That is the simple as that dharma. So we have to do that. That is the very, very important step in making that value addition. So value addition means simply by saying that if it happens, no, you have to have a practice of that. Otherwise, simply we are doing materialistically, lot of things we are doing. and chasing. We have a target for chasing, target for fulfilling all our goals and everything. Similar way, our values also, we have to set up a goal and continue. So you should say, okay, full day, 24 hours, I will not get angry. So then you have to change the target. So that means your reaction to the reaction to the reaction, you have to stop. Only you are doing reaction, and reaction to the other reaction once again comes, for that also you are reacting. So endless reactions when you are happening, you are angry and you are making everybody upset, and you are also getting upset. Okay, you become angry on somebody, whether inside you are saying, cool, no. Nobody is given permission to become angry on others and disturb outside others' mental or outside atmosphere. Who has given permission? How can we make outside atmosphere not happy? So that is what we have to practice with a goal. So that is called practicing has to be done. Even an agricultural farmer, he has to do cultivation, he has to prepare the ground. If he just simply take the best of the seeds and best of the manure and put it on a barren land, it will not germinate. A bird will come and take away the seed and the water, and it can be washed away, the manure can be washed away or blown away by the wind, all the things can happen. So that means a barren land, unprepared land, it cannot make the seed to grow. The best of the seed can grow. That means I have to prepare my mind. Then only the dharma and others works. So otherwise, I know all the dharma. I know how the antahkarana, antasakshi is there, atma sakshi is there. We are going against the atma sakshi. That is the first step of becoming unhappy. So when we are working with the antasakshi, you are becoming more happier, more lighter, more continuously the happiness is coming to us. So the cultivation of virtues very important. Preparing the land is also very important. Otherwise, even the best of best seeds cannot work. So that is first is called cultivation has to be. Second one is, that is the first method is we have to goal oriented cultivation we have to. The second step of value meditation is, suppose in Vedanta it says Aushadha and Patya. There are two things will be said. Medicine and the Patya is do's and don'ts you have to do in the disease. Whenever you get a disease, there are 2-3 things they will say. For example, if you are a BP patient, so they say don't eat pickles, don't eat salt, and they are also giving medicine, either blood thinner or the vessels expander. So many things they will give. So only medicine will work? No. For that, you have to take, you should not eat pickles, you should not add additional salt, you should reduce salt. All those things also has to be done. So one is taking the medicine, another one is living in Patya. Patya is a discipline of food and daily habits has to be done. So for a similar ulcer patient, they will say avoid spicy things, bitter things, or sour things and all, so that your stomach pain will be, only medicine cannot cure. So it has got two things. One is Patyam and another is called Aushadam. So even in our, this one also, Viveka Chudamani says that Patyam Aushada Sevancha Priyate Yena Rogina Arogya Siddhi Saiva Nanya Anustishta Karmanaha. So what it says is, so we have to go both hand in hand, the medicine and the Patya. Patya is the discipline of our daily life, eating, drinking, sleeping, and lifestyle. Everything is a Patya. Everything has to be done. To get a spondylitis, doctor will say, don't see the mobile, neck is and hand, everything is shoulder pain, everything because of that. And you have to leave it. You cannot see the mobile, you cannot touch the mobile. because mobile has got radiation is there. One, that all nervous weakness will come. Secondly, it has got a lot of magnet is there, heavy magnets, and lithium also is there. So all these things directly is giving radiations to us. Our body nervous system is going work, damaging is happening. But when it goes to very severe, at that point of time, you are going to leave it. Anyway, you cannot even see the mobile also, not possible. At that level, it will go. De-addiction camps and all will happen, no, because of that. So we have to cultivate the values. So that is the second thing is Aushadhi and Patya. First one is cultivating. Second one is Aushadhi and Patya. How it is there. Similarly, the values has to be practiced. Value you may learn from the Vedanta or classes and all, but you have to apply in your life. That is lifestyle management. So both has to be done. So jokingly, our Dayananda Saraswati used to say, so they wanted, one family wanted to get marry her daughter, and the son-in-law has been introduced and would-be son-in-law. And everybody is questioning him, do you smoke? For that, the boy says, no. Do you drink? No, sir, I don't drink. Yeah, do you have any other things? This one? For everything, he says, no, I am nothing I am doing. Finally, almost they are decided to this one. Okay, let us make him as our son-in-law. And finally, the father-in-law asked, what is your weakness? Can you tell me? So for that, the boy says, very repeatedly, I tell lies. So then what is the value? All the things he said, I am not doing, I am not. So finally, he is telling continuously, I am telling lies. One bad quality. All other things I say I am good, and it will not follow. That is how our mind and body is, lifestyle is because of the conflict of the mind. So that is why we are not able to be. So that has to be done. So there are several methods also has to be done. Aushadhi, Patya, I have told these two methods for value. Meditation before doing that, and the Sakshi is there, no? That we have to do that. The next one is prayer to the Lord. Prayer to the Lord means we have to at least accept. We accept our office boss and any other MLA, everybody as a boss. But ultimate boss is Lord. He has created the world and universe and given everything for us to live. So that at least we have to give the gratitude to him. So that is what called gratitude towards the Lord. When you start giving gratitude for all the things what already you are having to the Lord, then the happiness and your mind becomes calm. Now you are not forgotten the attitude of gratitude. So we have to create the attitude of gratitude to the Lord. So that is another method in the value meditation, it is saying. Moving with virtuous people is another thing is satsanga. Vedanta, it says you have to go with the good virtuous people and cutting off your relationship with the non-virtuous people. So it is in Narada Bhakti Sutra, it says Dussanga Sarvatra Tyajyaha, it says. So Dussanga means not good people. Along with that, you should not have any this one. Because our mind has got sympathetic vibrations are there. So whatever we move with, that everything will get added to us. So that's why Bhajagovindam also it says, Satsangatve Nisangatvam, Nisangatve Nirmohatvam, Nirmohatve Nischalatatvam, Nischalatatve Jivan Mukti. So he has given in 8 steps simply. Satsangatve Nisangatvam, he said. Satsanga, when you are moving with the good people, so your demand from the external world comes down. So Nisanga means you don't need so much of companionship from the outside. So from the Nisangatve Nirmohatvam, so your mind knows how to be happy by itself. You are not nirmoha, you are not outside. Likes and dislikes will come down. You are not attached to so many things. Nirmohatve Nischala Tattvam. So when you are giving into the Nirmohatva, your non-attachment, Vairagyam. So at that point of time, Nischala Tattvam means your mind becomes Ekagrata. So it will be focused. Nischala Tattve, when you are there, it is called Jivan Mukti. From there, going to enlightenment is very easy. So that is called first methodology. The other method, third methodology, what I said is has to be done. So the next is called Vichara method is there. Vichara method means a lot of thought processes we are doing. So cautiously we have to work on that Vichara method. So our life is decided by these four things. One is Ahara, another is called Vihara. The third one is called as Vichara. Ahara, Vihara, Achara, Vichara. These four things is binding our life. Ahara is food. So what type of food? Everything is there. Sattvic food is there. Tamasic food is there. Rajasic food is there. So we have to decide on sattvic food. Seriously coming to that. So similarly, Vihara, with what type of people we are moving around. This is all value meditation is helping. So these are all the steps we have to go through. Vihara means what type of people we are moving. So if you are moving with only egoistic people and only money making people, your mind only goes towards that money making one. And when you are moving with 10 crore person and you are already having 1 crore, you are already having a shortage of 9 crores is not there. He is already 10 crore. And you are following by that time, he will become 100 crores, you become 10 crores. Then also you are not happy. So you have with whom you are moving is also Ahara, Vihara. And which places you are moving around. So you have to see that. So those are all the things. Ahara, Vihara is there. Achara, Vichara is there. Achara is your daily life practices, what you are doing. So rituals and all the practices in your house, samskaras and all that. Achara, what you are doing is so important. Vichara method only now I am coming. Vichara is what type of vichara mind comes to us. Morning when I get up, what is that? So the mind is an instrument. It should not be allowed to become blunt. A blunt knife, a blunt scissor will not work. The mind should be very sharp. The mind will become blunt by not doing good vichara. So when your mind becomes good and sharp when doing good vichara. So good vichara and bad vichara, every one of us we know. But unknowingly that is getting attracted, bad vichara. So bad vichara we are going and influencing, then our mind becoming blunt. So it will lose its sensitivity. So that is called a spiritual fall. The spiritual fall is very costly affair in life because money loss is not a big loss, whereas a spiritual loss is a total loss. Your mind loses sensitization. So when sensitization of the mind loses, you become an animal and you cannot become a man again. That becomes very difficult. So we have to cultivate the virtue, and we should not have the inner conflict by practicing that. So that is what it is called as value meditation. So there is a prick of consciousness happens to us every now and then, but conveniently we neglect the prick. When the prick is neglected, it gives signal warning like physical pain, body pain, mental pain, every pain will come. And ultimately it may lead to operation, surgery and all these things. It is because of the mind refinement. Instead of that, mind lost its sensitivity and thereby we are becoming all the unhealthy conditions will come and we will get into the danger. Health will be in danger and the life will be. So that is what it says. The poison slowly, step by step, we are allowing us ourselves. So today one mistake, tomorrow two mistakes, another 10 days, after 100 mistakes when I do, I know, knowingly allowed all the mistakes is spoiling like a drop by drop poison and it is spoiling mind. So thereby you are losing the inner strength, and when inner strength is this one lost, it is irreversible. It is not possible to regain by overnight another 10 years like that. Maybe next birth only is possible. That's why every birth has to be defined towards the success of the human life. That is what Krishna says. If you are not doing buddhi nashat pranashyati, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, if your mind is lost, you are destroyed. So you may have thousands of crores of rupees also. Your mind is lost, you are destroyed. So that is what it says. We have to nourish our mind. Is called value addition. Nourishing is called value addition. So we consider the inner growth is more important than the material growth. The material after that, it is only a duplicity of this one. After making one house, you are having another house, another 10 houses, but you are sleeping in only one house. That is additionally available in the books, but you are not able to do. Only an egoistic feeling only. So inner growth you are losing means it is a heavy loss. Material gain is secondary. Inner growth is primary. We have to set the target in the value meditation. So that is what it is called as value meditation. So we have to practice it. Practicing by it, it will give you happiness and enjoyed only by the healthy mind. Peace and happiness can be enjoyed only by the healthy mind, sensitive mind. A rough mind cannot enjoy the finer aspects of life. So possessions will not give guarantee of the peace, and possessions and relations cannot give guarantee happiness or. So we have to have the value addition has to happen. So that is about value meditation. So let us practice all these things. And we don't need any additional knowledge. Every one of us, we have the knowledge. With this, we can practice. And any guidance is there, whatever you are attending the Atma Dhyana class. So whatever you are learned has to be put into your life. Then you are already into the value meditation stage you are going. So it is not by sitting at one place you are doing the meditation. For every walk of life you are doing. So when that awareness comes, mind is always listening to you. When your mind is started listening, you are going to the happy. So with this, I am going to stop today's talk. So next, I have to take up the Vedantic meditation is there. After that, Samadhi is there. The two classes. This meditation will become. So we'll see in the next class. Now I am completing this session. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.